Now this is definitely the best tip I've ever given.
Hi friends, hello everyone. Today is January 17th and today I'm starting my new experiment in which I will train my arms like Rich Piana training program. Quite a long time ago I accidentally met again in YouTube a video in which he talked about his training program and he told how to get big arms using just one method.
And I feel like people aren't listening, and I'm telling you, you gotta try this shit. Don't waste time. If you're gonna watch this video, try this shit. I guarantee the results are insane. Now, we're gonna talk about arms, because that's how I used it. Gotta try this shit. So this is what you're gonna do. Listen in. You're gonna go to your local sports store, Sports Authority, Big Five, whatever the sells sporting equipment, weights. I want you to buy 2 dumbbells, 2 15-pound dumbbells.
In a kilogram, this is about how much we round up to 7 kilograms.
It's gonna cost you like 20, 30 bucks, big deal.
Yes, of course 20 to 30 bucks, no more. In Kazakhstan, one of them costs more than 50 bucks, you'll give 100 for a couple. Sorry, I'm not so rich yet to take such expensive dumbbells for commercials.
What you're gonna do is every night, before you go to bed, I want you to do 100 reps of skull crushers to the sides of the head, laying on the floor, all right? 100 reps straight, pumping. No squeezing, no pausing, no resting, just bam, 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 bam. 100 reps straight. Then you're gonna sit up on your knees, and you're gonna do hammer curls. 60 reps, non-stop, pumping, just like this. No rest, no squeeze, just pumping that shit. Then back to skull crushers, back to hammer curls, and then one more set, 3 sets in all, 100 reps skull crushers, 60 reps on the hammers, 3 sets non-stop, no rest. I guarantee you, you're gonna have a burn and a pump like you've never felt in your life. Your arms are gonna be throbbing. They're gonna be burning. The veins are gonna be busting through your skin. Then what I want you to do is I want you to go in the bathroom or wherever your best mirror is in the house, and I want you to pose. And I want you to look at how pumped your arms are and be like, holy shit, look at my arms, look at those veins. Then, no food, nothing, straight to bed. You got a girlfriend, you got a wife, no sex, shit, this is more important. You're gonna go right to sleep.
In this video, I will train according to this training program for 30 days in a row, absolutely without rest, on a daily basis. In principle, this training program implies this performance. Let's start by looking at the measure of hands I have at the moment. For a better visual, I will do it so that only my hands stand out, which is more. Accordingly, this is how my arms look on the first day of my experiment from the front, that's from behind. This how my left arm looked from the side, how the biceps looked, the right arm. And now let's take measurements. And so the left hand is 41 centimeters, the right hand is also 41 centimeters. Now we will see you in the evening before going to bed, and there I will tell you about my feeling after training. And yeah, my weight is 86.4 kilograms. And I also have pause.
2 hours later.
The idea is as follows. I didn't buy dumbbells due to the fact that after this experiment I will not need 2 7-kilogram dumbbells. Therefore, as always, I will use the grandfather's way, taking a briefcase that weighed just perfectly 13.6 kilograms. What's inside, you ask me? It's all the old-fashioned way, 2 bottles with water and 2 dumbbells. I will train with this briefcase for all these 30 days. See you tonight.
12 o'clock midnight.
And so friends, I'm finally home. It's almost 12 o'clock at night on the street, as you can see at night, because we see me in the reflection. This is my companion sitting. She cut her hair, but this is a different story. Today we will try this training program. I don't yet know how difficult it is, but it seems me that it will be easy to do 14 kilograms 100 times. But one fact must be taken into account. This is a briefcase and it's inconvenient to hold it. The center of gravity is not located as it will be on the two dumbbells. Therefore, here, among other things, our grip and fingers will be strengthened. We will have to distract our companion and take my towels from her. Well, let's get started. Oh shit, I have just done 60 times. It's very hard. First of all, the fingers begin to hurt because, as I said, it's still not... Oh, did you hear the cat sneeze? And of course, the tricep is the pump. I've only done 60, but I need to do 100. It turned out to be very difficult. It's generally necessary to do it non-stop, but let's move on. Holy shit, I did it 100 times. By the way, the chest bone begins to grow. Apparently, due to the fact that when you lower the backpack, you get a movement that looks something like a pullover and stretching your chest. And the body isn't used to doing the French bench press for so long. The triceps is very cramped. I don't know if any difference is visible, but now we need to make 60 hammers. Again, I will do a complicated version. I will take it in such a way as when lifting a projectile on the beam, arm wrestler lift it by stretching the weight through this part. Also, the shoulders beam muscle will be well stretched and the grip will be pumped. Oh, I almost had a cramp. That's how I look on the pump. Awesome, but I have strange feeling, just stone hands. Imagine it was one circle and you need to make 3 of them. It's quite difficult, and to be honest, it seems to me that this is how you just turn on your central nervous system, loosen up, and after that it will be quite difficult to fall asleep. Well, now I will do 2 more circles. I will tell you the total time, then I will go to bed, and tomorrow I will share my impressions. It was easy for me to fall asleep or not. So friends, I did this complex a lot in half an hour. In fact, taking into account the rest, my muscles were burning instantly. Now I will see you tomorrow morning and I will tell you about overall health, whether I will have something to heart, and about how I fell asleep easily or not. And then we will see you once a week, because there is nothing special to shoot here. You already understood everything. So in order not to lengthen this video very much, we will see you 4 times. Today, on the 7th day of experiment, on the 15th day, and the final 30th day of experiment. Good dreams.
The next day.
Friends, good morning. The first thing I will say is that I didn't fall asleep yesterday as I expected. I fell asleep at about 2:30 and I didn't feel like sleeping at all. I distinctly remember looking at my watch and it's already 15 minutes past 2 and I thinking it's really doing to be every evening, but I think my body is adapting. It feels like my biceps are hurting very much. The triceps doesn't hurt so much. Now I see you on the 7th day of the experiment and I will share my feelings with you. Shit, I want to sleep. That's all. Hi friends, exactly 1 week has passed since I started Fuck. And so friends, exactly 1 week has passed since I started training according to Rich Piana's training program, and now I will tell you what changes have occurred during this week of training. Let's start with the fact that at the very beginning, when I was just starting this training program, the first thought that visited me was that most likely I wouldn't even feel tired after doing this set. But in fact, it turned out that this set was very heavy. As usually, I used to working more on strength than quantity. That is, I can lift 70 kilograms from such a sitting position, and it seems to be considered a good level. And I initially thought it would be just easy. What to do like this is 100 reps of the French bench press, just 7 kilograms in each hand and 60 biceps lifts. But it turned out to have a very strong effect on my overall well-being. Firstly, it became more difficult for me to fall asleep because, as I told you, my assumptions were correct. It was quite difficult and the feeling was such that I don't need to sleep now. And what else do I need to do? 5 such sets. The first few days it was really difficult for me to fall asleep. Then, of course, passed and I already began to adapt somehow. The next day I felt so exhausted. I felt squeezed out like a lemon for a whole week. But as far as I remember from my previous old experiments, I also trained my hands on a daily basis. This only happened during the first week, when adaptation takes place and you no longer feel absolutely nothing. Therefore, if you suddenly want to train according to the auxiliary workouts, count immediately on the fact that your ligaments, biceps and triceps will hurt from unaccustomed to any. Today, I will not take my measurements yet, but for the sake of interest, we can look at my weight, because it personally seems to me that I could have changed due to the fact that I haven't been doing such a voluminous training for a long time, and most likely I may even have lost weight, but this is not for sure. Let's take a look. As you can see, the weight has changed quite a bit. Well, let's just see for the sake of interest how my hands look visually from the front and back now. Maybe it seems to me, but the triceps has become drier. It's better to cut. Now we will see you on the 50th day of the experiment. And so friend, I understand that most likely you are already tired of the situation. The last a week has passed since I trained and I need to make starting measurements and see how long the training will take. The first time I didn't measure anything, but the first workout lasted about half an hour. So now we have so much time, let's get started. I will just show the time in which I will do it at the end. Well, let's go. The French bench press took 2 minutes. It was difficult. Now the biceps. The time of the first lap was 4 minutes and 20 seconds. It reduced arms very much. There the shoulder muscle is. I also take it on purpose in such a way that the work goes to the shoulder muscle as well. I don't need to write anything about the techniques, because Rich himself said that you just do pow 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 and that's it. Okay, I will show you the final time later. Whew, that's the time I closed all the circles. Somehow, now I'm doing to pose a little, something that I don't really like. This is my biggest mirror, so I somehow pose like this. Over both these shirts, you can see how my hands got dirty. Cool! Consider the visualization we have been doing, and now I can sleep. Well friends, the whole half of the experiment has already passed, and let's not torment. I will immediately take measurements and we will look at the visual inspection of that has changed or has not changed at all. Now you will see it clearly for yourself that how my hands look from the front, side and back. Now the measurement. And so friend, the left hand is 42 centimeters and the right hand is also 42. A pretty good result in 15 days plus a centimeters, and it seems to me even visually. I see that the triceps has become a little bigger. He seemed to sag a little more. Now let's look at my body weight, and my weight at the moment is 84.6 kilograms, which is as much as 2 kilograms less relative to the weight that was at the very beginning. And it's not at all that I started doing high intensive training. That's the thing is different. I have been lying with a sore throat for this week. I tried to study as much as possible but not to the full extent, and it seems to me that the disease still affected my body weight because I really felt very bad. I had a fever and antibiotics pulled me out of this terrible state. There are only 15 days left until the end of my experiment, and I will try to regain at least my mass. And besides that, it was also very difficult to start practicing normally again because it very difficult while I was ill. But at the moment the results that I think are pretty good. I can see myself that in principle the hands have not become so voluminous. In general, here are the results. Now we will see you on the final 30th day of my experiment. It's still day number 15. Let's see what my results will be for today. Maybe I won't improve them, maybe even worsen them, because I have been sick all this time. I still have some weakness in my body. My muscle began to get tired very quickly, and this is a rather strange feeling, because in your head you think you can, but the muscle just refuses to do it. But nevertheless, now I will try and tell you how much time it will take in general. We will also look in circles. So friends, the first set is closed in 3 minutes 47 seconds. Now I will continue. Judging by the circle, there is already progress in time, and in fact, according to the general feeling, there is no such fatigue. But I noticed that during 15 days of training, my elbows began to hurt. By the way, nothing was said here about the warm-up, and periodically I performed this experiment without it. I think that's why my elbow began to hurt. I recommended you to warm up carefully, because then I start doing French bench press quickly, my elbows begin to hurt. Now I will finish this complex and show the time. This is very strange moment in this workout, but nevertheless, okay, I'm posing. This is how I look on the pump. The pump is very good. Okay, that's it. Good night everyone. See you on the 30th day. And so friends, today is February 16th. Tomorrow, by the way, is my birthday. Now we will hold my final measurement. Let's see how quickly I will do it for you. Also, in fact, there is no special scenes in this, because it doesn't matter how they did it. A little bit of quality of performance, there is up to the right one. So let's take a look. Damn, my elbow is starting hurt again. It started hurting me after the daily execution of this program. honest, I don't remember that my result was the last time, but it seems to me that today I will make this complex a little faster. Okay, I will continue to perform this complex. In principle, it's really possible to close it in 10 minutes, and 10 minutes is quite a bit. Now I will finish another circle and try to close it up to 10 minutes. If you think that I'm a director and I'm shooting a fake, everything in my backpack is the same as it was at the beginning of the experiment. Now I have lost a little time, but today I'm not doing for a record. This is just an intermediate result, but this complex can definitely be completed in 10 minutes. So the final time is 11 minutes and 4 seconds respectively. If I don't talk and don't split the French bench press in 2 sets of 50 times, I'm splitting this because my left elbow starts too hard. Then in 10 minutes you can perform this complex. You can even do it even faster. I just adhered to a moderate technique, inflection and extension of the rod. In general, this is the result for 1 month. I will see you tomorrow and I will sum up some results. Bye! Oh, no, not bye. Not yet. It's necessary to pause. I can't see myself, but at least for you on the pump. I look like this from the front.
Так вот выгляжу спереди.
Like this from behind. In principle, like this. I look like an ordinary person who didn't miss physical education lesson. This is how my body looks like. That's it. See you tomorrow. Hey friends, hello everyone, today is February 17th and today, by the way, is the end of the experiment. Today is also my birthday, so you can basically congratulate me in the comments. I will be very pleased. But now, let's sum up this video and see what changes have in 30 days of using this training program. Let's first see how I look externally visually on the first day in comparison with the first day. Like this, my hand looks like from the front, it's from the side, and like this from behind. And now let's see what the measure is in the first day of the experiment. And so friends, the left hand is 42.5 centimeters and the right hand is also 42.5 centimeters. The weight is 85.8 kilograms. Well, now let's summarize the video. If we compare the results that were before and the results that were after, you can see that they are somewhat different and have changed for the better, which naturally pleased. We can make a simple conclusion from this that this training program will most likely really work on many people, and this is not a myth, and the results is most likely you will really achieve, at least as I may be better or maybe worse. All this will depend on your individual approach, muscle structure, anthropometry, and of course, in addition to all this, nutrition and many other factors. In fact, the training program itself is pretty cool. You only need 2 dumbbells here, or as you saw, I cope with the usual backpack and bottles of water and some additional weight. Let's quickly run through the positive and negative. Positive: after training, feel pretty tired despite the fact that your central nervous system is accelerating strongly, really getting better visually. It will probably motivate you somehow. Also, this is a rather dubious thing because literally in 15 minutes everything that you have just seen goes back. And of course, the most important thing is the result obtained from performing only 30 days. Also, Rich Piana himself says the following.
Now imagine if you did this shit every single night for a year straight. 1 year straight doing this every single night. Now let me explain something to you. lot of this is psychological. Now, you're not tearing the muscle down, you're doing high reps. You're pumping fresh blood and fresh oxygen into that muscle. You're feeding that muscle every night. But the most important part is the psychological part of your brain being aware of you're training your arms and your arms are growing and you're getting a good pump and you're going to sleep and you're dreaming about this shit every night. Now, I hope this makes fucking sense because right now people out there should be saying, holy shit.
And if we consider the negative of this training program, it's quite difficult to perform this set on a daily basis, on a regular basis, just before doing to bed, because it takes a considerable amount of time. And even though I have been training through this month, my results has been made for this month, but it has only been mined twice. That is, if I closed it for the first time in half an hour, on the third day, half as much. But I won't say that it's super fast. 15 minutes is still the time in which you work straight non-stop. If let's say we take a regular workout, so to speak, subtract a certain coefficient of your work, it will turn out something like this. Let's say you do the same biceps lift in amount of 12 times with a certain squeeze. I think it's a second up and second down, a total of 24 seconds there. That is, let's say 1 circle. You will do 4 circles in total. You will have about 140 seconds of workout here. If you do 5 exercises, we will roughly round it very much, multiply this 1.5 minutes by 5 times and get only 7.5 minutes of work in the gym, taking into account your great rest. Here we work for 15 minutes non-stop, and this is a really very large load which requires a very large amount of energy, and therefore it is very difficult to perform. It can be said indeed as a full-fledged but very fast workout turnout in which you get quite tired, and at first you will not be able to perform this training on a daily basis, and moreover, most likely this training program is designed for people who are already above average, and if you are a beginner, you are absolutely zero at all, I don't think you should immediately understand this is auxiliary training program. It's better to reach a certain level, past a certain the stage when you will already have a good base, and then start. Of course, he didn't say anything about warming up, but this is also an important factor. It needs to be taken into account, and still I recommended you to warm up. Also, I naturally didn't do it, and already on the third day I felt that my right elbow began to hurt when I just press it now. In addition to all this, I think it's clear to everyone that there are only 7 kilograms here, and even I'm tired of such a volume when most beginners naturally probably won't even do half of it. They will split these reps into sets and most likely it will look like full-fledged workout, so I recommended that you reduce the weight to 5 kilograms or 4 or 3 and so on, but I still don't recommend you to do this if you have a completely beginner level. But in general, as you can see, the training program is really working. He recommends doing it for a very long period of time. I think if you really do it like this, then A, you will be build big arms, B, you won't build them up because your elbow will die. In addition to all this, when you train with such uncomfortable projectiles, your forearm of course become even stronger and your grip will be up. Guys, all this works. So I recommended that you don't take, in addition to all of this, when you train with an uncomfortable backpack, your forearms of course become even stronger, your grip will be better, and all this works. So I recommended that you don't take any dumbbells, don't spend money, just take a backpack, stuff everyone into it, put it on the scales and see its weights and train calmly. This is what I got. If you like this video, thumbs up. If you don't like it, put a dislike. Anyway, it's not visible now. Thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and write your comments. Well, as always, I wish you to always be in shape and develop professionally. Bye!
Let me explain this to you. This is the logic behind this. You know when you're watching a scary movie at night and then you fall asleep during the scary movie and all of a sudden you have bad dreams, you're dreaming about killing someone or getting killed, depending on if you're, if you're a dominant or if you're a little submissive bitch. If you're a submissive bitch, you're dreaming about, oh my God, he's gonna kill me, oh my God, I gotta run. And if you're someone like me, you're dreaming about nicking someone up. So that is because you watched the scary movie. So that shit goes in your head. And when you fall asleep, your brain still has that scary movie in its head and it causes you to dream about scary shit. True? You understand where I'm going with this? So imagine you're pumping your arms up before you go to bed. you're watching your arms grow, you're watching the veins, you're watching them get big, you're posing in the mirror, you're seeing how huge your arms are, you're thinking about your arms. You go right to sleep. What the heck is your mind thinking about when you go to sleep? It's thinking about your arms growing, getting bigger, getting a good pump. That's what your mind's thinking about. So you're gonna sleep all night long with your mind thinking about growing. When do you grow, people? When you're fucking sleeping. Do you see this logic? Do you see how fucking smart I am? Do you see that shit? This makes total sense. While you're sleeping, you're growing. Your mind is thinking about how big your fucking arms are because you just got done training them. Now imagine if you did this shit every single night.